This is Nightline.
Tonight, Scott Peterson won't back down.
Scott was convicted on what I always called he didn't act right evidence, not on real evidence.
The new petition seeking to overturn his 2004 conviction for killing his wife, Linsey.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Scott Lee Peterson, guilty.
The case that gripped the nation and inspired TV movies like The Perfect Husband.
No, they question me like I'm a suspect.
But that's what they do.
Now, more than 20 years later, could he get a shot at freedom? Plus, cooking for Levi, the mini chef taking social media by storm.
Hey, Levi, what do you want to make today?
Stir-fried ham! Fried chicken! Magic noodles.
The culinary adventures of a 4-year-old and his father making high-end food from his high chair.
How do you like spending time in the kitchen with your father?
100%.
And why it's about more than just food. And Sabrina Carpenter's new video. How Tears is ratcheting up the controversy on the pop star's new album.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the latest development in the case that commanded the spotlight in the early days of true crime stories. Scott Peterson, convicted more than 2 decades ago for murdering his pregnant wife, Linsey, filing a new petition claiming they arrested the wrong man. Could it help him walk free? Here's ABC's Matt Gutman with the latest twist in the case.
Scott Peterson unwilling to back down. Days after his petition for an appeal was largely denied by the California Courts of Appeal, the 52-year-old filing another petition with a lower court.
As you're filing with the San Mateo County Superior Court, they're making almost an identical argument to the appellate court, but the appellate court said it's got to go to that lower court. So they're going there. But this is the same judge who denied a lot of their claims last year.
The notorious husband behind bars for over 2 decades for the murders of his wife and unborn child has reignited headlines after the Los Angeles Innocence Project took on his case last year. This latest petition once again calling the prosecution's case against Peterson, quote, entirely circumstantial, saying, quote, no direct, physical, or forensic evidence supporting any part of the prosecution's theory. Instead, they claim they have new evidence that would unravel the prosecution's timeline and prove Linsey died after they say she disappeared. In the decades that Peterson has been in prison, Linsey's disappearance and death have continued to fascinate the country, inspiring dozens of documentaries, books, podcasts like Crime Weekly.
He does have a good shot at proving that he didn't really get a fair trial.
TV shows like The Perfect Husband.
No, they question me like I'm a suspect.
But that's what they do.
And the 2024 Netflix doc-series American Murder, Linsey Peterson, told through Linsey's family's eyes.
She left her husband, she trusted her husband, and he betrayed her.
Linsey's family declined our request for comment. Linsey Peterson was 27 and 8.5 months pregnant when she went missing on Christmas Eve in 2002.
Can I help you? Yes. My daughter's been missing since this morning. She's 8 months pregnant. She took her dog for a walk in the park. The dog came home with just a leaf shot.
The day his wife went missing, Scott told friends he was going golfing, but later told authorities it was too cold, so he went fishing instead, heading out into San Francisco Bay, over 80 miles from home.
Linsey Denise Peterson is 8 months pregnant. She's considered a high-risk missing person under suspicious circumstances.
When a mistress surfaced a few weeks later, investigators began zeroing in on Peterson as their lead suspect.
Scott told me he was not married. We did have a romantic relationship.
In April of 2003, the bodies of Linsey and their son Connor were found washed ashore not far from where Peterson said he'd been fishing on Christmas Eve.
There is no question in our minds that the unidentified female is Linsey Peterson. The unidentified fetus is the biological child of Linsey and Scott Peterson.
Linsey Peterson's husband now in custody.
Scott Peterson has been arrested.
Peterson was charged with 2 counts of murder.
We're breaking into programming to bring you the verdict in the Scott Peterson murder trial. A jury has just convicted him of murder.
It took the jury 9 days to find Peterson guilty of first-degree murder for Linsey and second-degree murder for Connor.
We, the jury, in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Scott Lee Peterson, guilty of the crime of murder of Linsey Denise Peterson.
Back then, investigators had testified about a break-in in a nearby home on December 26, 2002, a point of contention for Peterson's new defense.
The timeline is important, right? The prosecution had argued that the burglary had happened a day and a half, 2 days after Laci went missing. The defense is now arguing they can show that that burglary happened on the same day that Laci went missing.
In the petition, they claim a witness overheard a conversation among the burglars about Laci confronting them during the burglary that they want considered in the case. And the LA Innocence Project shows a re-examination of the autopsy for Laci's unborn son shows he dies days, even up to a week after police say Scott murdered her on Christmas Eve.
The defense's argument that the unborn child was alive after Scott Peterson went fishing requires you to believe that Laci Peterson stumbles upon a burglary. Burglars then decide to kidnap her and wait until they find out where Scott Peterson had been and then dump her body there later.
The LA Innocence Project also saying the prosecution suppressed evidence from a burnt-out van near the crime scene, which they say contained evidence of bloodstains on a mattress, bloodstains that they hope to have tested for DNA. The police did not respond to requests for comment, and the DA declined to comment.
This case cries out for further investigation, further forensic investigation, including DNA testing of physical items that may lead to exculpatory evidence and or leads to possible suspects.
At a hearing, the LA Innocence Project argued to test 14 pieces of evidence for DNA, including that mattress with its stains Peterson joined via Zoom from Mule Creek State Prison. Other DNA test requests included several items found in a plastic Target bag near the bodies of Laci and their unborn son Connor, a hammer and work glove found across the street, and a piece of duct tape found on Laci's pants with human DNA present. The state of California arguing in part that Peterson is on another baseless fishing expedition and saying that the conviction should stand.
He has to show the evidence. He has to come forward with actual evidence, with actual facts, not speculation.
To retest evidence at this point, you have to be able to show that there's something quite substantial that's new that could actually show innocence. Because, look, in theory, every defendant who's convicted would say, oh, I want new testing and I want new testing, in the hope that they could get something. There has to be a line in the law.
The judge did hand Peterson a small win after rejecting all but one request, the duct tape found on Laci's body.
They tested a piece of tape, and so far we don't know what the results are.
In their latest petition this month, the Los Angeles Innocence Project once again asked to have the mattress stains tested because they say their supposed new evidence is showing a direct link between the Medina burglars, the orange van, and Laci Peterson confronting the burglars, and there is a reasonable probability Laci Peterson was in that orange van. They also argued again to have the plastic Target bag tested because, quote, those items could yield probative evidence and help identify the perpetrator of the crimes for which Peterson was wrongly convicted.
The LA Innocence Project wants the public and the courts to focus on other evidence, meaning not the evidence that was actually presented against Scott Peterson, but another possible theory that they wish had been taken more seriously as a possible cause.
In a new statement to Nightline, Peterson's sister-in-law says his family still hopes for his exoneration, writing, not only did Scott need this evidence to defend himself at trial, but if it were available now, it could have proved vital in our efforts to bring about justice for Laci and Connor. The San Mateo County Superior Court has until early October to respond to this latest petition.
The LA Innocence Project has been telling us that these claims are new and that this is new evidence, but a lot of these claims are very similar to what we've been hearing for over a year now. This is going to be going between the courts for a long time. This is not going to be quick.
Our thanks to Matt. For more on this story, watch Impact by Nightline. Scott Peterson, The Wrong Man, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. Up next, cooking for Levi, the junior connoisseur of the Kid Kitchen, setting social media on fire, one gourmet meal at a time.
I'm putting it on my list of my brain.
Yeah.
Welcome back. At an age when many kids only want to eat cereal and mac and cheese, Levi Zhang of Cooking for Levi is trying calamari and crispy kale chips. Social media is eating it up. Here's my Nightline co-anchor Byron Pitts with another look.
Levi Zhang is a generous pinch of adorable mixed with a large dash of 4-year-old playfulness. A delightful smidge of curiosity.
Okay. This is my favorite treat.
And spoonfuls of culinary delight.
Hey, Levi, what do you want to make today?
Stir-fried clams! Fried chicken! Magic noodles.
He's the mini chef who's taken social media by storm.
Look at this beauty. Amazing. It's so juicy.
And sweet.
And sweet.
Cooking for Levi, the viral account is followed by 1.7 million fans on Instagram and another million on TikTok. In the videos, he cooks alongside his father, Jack, a former head chef with 10 years experience in the kitchen.
How do you like spending time in the kitchen with your father?
Well, about 100%, really.
That's awesome. What's the best part of cooking with your dad?
The best part is cooking the food.
As soon as his son could eat pureed food, Jack began marrying and blending a variety of ingredients for him. And when Levi graduated to solids, the chef's cuisine became even more gourmet.
Honey glazed with coconut, chicken, adobo, salmon.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. That's why our account name is Cooking for Levi. When I started cooking for him when he was around 2, and I was making these fancy fine dining meals for him, we've made probably over 200 or more different dishes.
Telegenic, extraordinary meals that instantly turned his son into a foodie and fueled his curiosity.
How many scallops could you eat in one day?
3,000.
3,000?
With an elevated palate from his high chair.
Delicious. Is this an air bubble? You put yeast in this?
That can rival any adult.
Beef Wellington. Hello. Garlic, sesame, eggplant.
Oxtail? 12 months old? Stop it.
Levi even catching the attention of one of the culinary world's toughest critics.
This is not going for Levi, surely.
Michelin-starred chef Gordon Ramsay.
Well done. You're gonna break it off? Oh my God. This kid is adorable.
Earning admiration from the usually sharp-tongued Brit.
MasterChef Junior coming your way soon.
Yeah.
But every master chef starts as a sous chef. Levi is his dad's, chopping,
phenomenal,
stirring, and doing math.
It's at 320. How many more degrees till 350?
30.
Nice.
How'd you get so good at doing math?
Daddy taught me some. I learned some on my own. And I know how to count by 5s, 10s, 2s, and 1s.
Nice.
And 100s. Thousands.
He's also his dad's chief taster.
They're so rich and salty. I could eat this all day, from morning to night, from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Every minute an opportunity for father and son to spend quality time together and bond.
I like talking to you, Daddy.
What's it do for your heart as a father to do something that you love and see your boy next to you enjoying and loving the same thing?
I didn't really have a father figure growing up. When I was young, I always knew like I wanted to be there if I had a child. And now that I have Levi, I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to spend so much time with him and to share this passion.
Co-raised by a single mother and his grandparents, extravagant meals were part of Jack's DNA.
My grandmother would cook for my sister and me gourmet dinner every single night with many different dishes.
Cooking is his love language.
If you can provide really comforting, really delicious food for someone, it's almost like a big warm hug.
And as his son grew older, so has his role in the kitchen.
For the record, you and Levi are fancy with the foods that you guys prepare.
It's evolved into him wanting to help me cook. So now we don't really do too much of like the fine dining, plated kind of stuff. We just try to cook fun, delicious meals that he can help me with. I encourage kind of making a mess and having fun with the food.
I am a robot.
Levi has staggeringly impressive kitchen skills. Through all the fun, Levi learns more than just cooking.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's just a nice little life skill to have. There's a lot of math, science, and confidence building.
Emmy, an English professor, is Levi's mom. She says the tot has no idea just how famous he's become.
Levi does get recognized in the street sometimes, and at first he had no idea what was going on because we try not to make a big deal about it. We don't talk about the channel very often. But when people come up to him and say like, oh my God, it's Levi, it's the little kid who cooks. It's so exciting. We have to tell him, you know, people love watching your videos. It makes them really happy to see you and Daddy cook together.
Levi's big personality took her and her husband by surprise.
Sometimes Levi is such a big energy that it's like shocking for introverted parents. Levi's energy is always 10 out of 10.
When I was a little tiny baby inside Mommy's belly, Mama got a green pepper. You ate it, I ate it, and then my tail growed.
Jack credits Emmy for Levi's extensive vocabulary and creativity. The family is beyond tight-knit.
Smell it, Mama. Smell it, Dada.
The bond that they have is very genuine, and it goes beyond just the kitchen. They're able to go shopping together and pick out ingredients together, and there's always something to talk about between the two of them.
Look, it's all the way open. Woo! I'll never forget this. Aww. I'm putting it on my list of my brain.
When Levi is 33 years old and he looks back and he sees these videos, these memories of him and his father, what do you hope he takes from them?
That I was around, spending time with him, and I will always be there for him.
For Jack and so many fathers, helping to write their children's story is a rewrite of their own.
Our thanks to Byron. When we come back, which Oscar nominee is dancing in drag for Sabrina Carpenter's new video, Tears? Finally tonight, Sabrina Carpenter's Tears is a scary good time. Inspired by the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the latest music video from the pop star's album, Man's Best Friend, is full of controversy. Murder.
We'll always remember you, though.
Racy lyrics.
Remembering how to use your phone gets me so high.
And plenty of drag queens.
Baby, just do the dishes, I'll give you what you want.
Along for the romp, none other than Oscar nominee Coleman Domingo, who seems to be having as good a time as Carpenter herself. And why not? That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here, same time Monday. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America. Have a great Labor Day weekend.